There's no doubt about that. All right, I just hit the go. I just hit the go live button. How? I just hit the
What?
go live button. That's what I just did.
Why did you do that?
Why did I do that? No good reason. No good reason. How you doing, Dr. Tom Fuller? You are now a rock star. Hey, that's pretty incredible.
J-
Uh,
just two of us today?
just the two of us. Well, right now, you never know. I know that Dave is did the midnight shift, I think, and so he might be still working at this point. And
Hmm.
people file in, people file out. We'll see what happens, right? I mean, and hello everyone in the chat. Goddess Gargantuan. I don't know what that would be. A goddess Gargantuan. D Parks. I guess it would be a goddess of abnormally large proportions or height.
Hmm.
So, what have you been up to, Dr. Tom Foolery, Mr. Rockstar?
Uh, trying to plan out starting a YouTube channel again.
Mm, mm.
I've been intending to do that for years now.
For years, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, you have high speed internet now.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I figured I'd start planning that again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wise, wise. What's up, John Hudson? Always looking happy, John. Always looking happy. 420.
G'day, gents.
You
Hey,
are not.
man.
You are not the 420. You are not a 420. You're just 420.
Just simple old 420.
Yeah, yeah,
Plain old Sammy.
yep. Doing your thing.
Yep. How are we all?
I think I'm doing okay. I mean, the day is just well. Actually, I've been up since, of course, 4:30, but Eastern time. So I've gotten a lot of stuff done. A lot of stuff done, and because I'm really good at accomplishing a lot of things that I don't get paid for, or I get paid very small amounts for. So, that's what I spent my morning doing, writing about that Poe about the Zeppelin bit, which I thought was pretty funny myself, but I'm kind of biased.
Uh, I, I'm naughty. I haven't read it yet.
That's okay, man. You don't have to read it. What's up, Urban?
I always read them. Normally before your show while I'm waiting, but I was watching something tonight, so
Oh yeah.
couldn't hear
Good
you,
morning.
Tobin.
Good morning,
Oh, there
sir.
you are.
Can't hear me?
No.
Yep,
We can
yeah,
hear you
now.
now.
Hey, Tobin.
Awesome. Hello,
Tobin.
Sammy. What's up? Yes.
You sound amazing, dude.
You do.
Dude, I've been changing things every morning for a little while, and this is working.
I'm just assuming that you're hearing us in
It
your ears
is.
and not the voices. That's
Yes, I can hear y'all in my headphones, but I can't hear myself speak except for live. Like, I mean, in my room. It's weird. I can't hear my voice in my headphones. But anyways, yeah, cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
there should be a prize because you have been suffering, Tobin. You have suffered greatly under this weight. And the thing is, like, you're an audio guy too, right? Because you're a musician. I don't.
You know, I like playing with music, but the whole audio engineering kind of thing, this is something like I've only been picking up little bits here and there. You know, I'm not, but I'm also playing with new gear too, so I got a learning curve
Oh, the
in a
dreaded
way.
learning curve, indeed.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use that as my excuse. I don't know.
That's fine. Well, once again, it is by far better than a couple of weeks ago, and there's last Friday there was the humming sound too. I think it was last Friday, and there's none of that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, job well done.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I
What's
was on.
that book
Heck
there?
yeah.
I can see Tobin.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the founding myth from Andrew Seidel. Why Christian nationalism is un-American.
Did Andrew get kicked off of Twitter recently? Did he get banned?
Andrew Seidel?
Andrew.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because I thought I heard something about that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was somebody else.
There is two Andrew Seidels. One is a lawyer for the FFRF, and there's
Yeah.
also an Andrew Seidel who is a preacher or priest, whatever. I'm not sure, but the other one who's the preacher actually has burned this book.
Burned the book.
Yeah, he did it live for everybody on YouTube.
There's nothing like a good old fashioned book burning to get the tides coming in. It's funny. I don't know if you guys ever like just Googled atheist band, but I just Googled atheist band on Twitter, and a whole bunch of things come up about Atheist Republic. Facebook blocks Atheist Republic page. Twitter bans religious insults, calling groups rats. Or yeah. Twitter has recently banned the biggest ex-Muslim group. All kinds of stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't been on Twitter for a while. Like all these platforms, it's kind of hard for me to keep up with. I will come back to it. I will be looking into them, but
Yeah.
Well, in our day, Tobin, we didn't have all these bloody medias of social that we had to try and keep up with, did we?
no.
No, I had a pen pal when I was 8 years old. That's
I had a
that's the
pen
level
pal
of
too.
technology. That's the level of technology we're working under. Is
Yep.
snail mail, pen pals. Oh,
I asked mine to marry me.
really?
Hmm.
How
Wow,
funny.
very
It
bold.
was about
You were doing
12, yeah.
you were doing snail mail Tinder. That's what you were doing, my friend. You were doing snail mail Tinder. Job well
that's
done.
great. Oh,
And
she
how
said
old-
no.
She said no.
So- dude, she's like, I'm 11. I'm like, I'm only 12.
Well, I mean, that could be a biblical marriage right there. I mean,
No, I would have to be 30 and she be 11
right, or some kind of other creepy number.
or more. Yeah,
Right.
or worse. So how was our weekend?
I had a good time this weekend. It was a good Sunday, a good Saturday. Laughing, I told my kids we had one family computer growing up. They thought I was lying. Yeah, well, I had a Commodore 64. That was my first computer. And my first gaming console was a ColecoVision. Just nothing but Pong. Nothing but 6 types of Pong. That was it.
My family's first computer was the TI-99/4A.
Oh, the T9. Right. I remember seeing ads for that.
Man, my family's first computer came after I'd left home. I
Wow.
never had a computer till
Wow.
I was old enough and bought my own. It's crazy.
We did get
to
an
think
Apple.
about.
Oh, you got an Apple?
Mhm.
And it sucked because all my friends had a computer.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had the dial-up 5K internet. And that shit was the bee's knees.
Oh, right. Yep. So my weekend, getting back to your question, it was good. I was down in Providence, Rhode Island, and hanging around with, of course, my girlfriend and one of her friends who came in from out of town, and had a good time. Did too much drinking. I'm not going to lie to you. Not like blackout drinking, not like atheist drinking out loud drinking kind of stuff, but still a bunch of drinking. Yeah, all
Yeah.
outside, all outside.
Oh yeah,
Heck yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID, right? That's still a thing.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, that's still a thing.
Man,
Yeah. So yeah, we just walked around, bummed around. My girlfriend's friend, had never been around in Providence, and there's definitely an aspect of Detroit. These large buildings that no one uses right in downtown. That's there, and so you have this really kind of eerie but beautiful qualities to certain parts of the city.
is that just the cost of existing there?
Yep, Providence is a small city that has a couple of pretty major universities. You have Brown University there, RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, which is a pretty significant art school. But in terms of like other industries, I don't know what Providence, Rhode Island has. And so, their big building boom was, I think, in
Rhode
1820.
Island.
Was in like 1820, and then maybe in the 40s. And besides that, not they have some buildings, of course, newer buildings, but yeah, there's a lot of unused potential there.
So I for some reason I didn't even connect. We were talking about Rhode Island, so it's not a cost factor. It's more of a Rhode Island factor.
It's more of a decay, and people in Boston haven't realized that it's only, and I shouldn't even be saying this out loud, that it's only 50 minutes on the train to get from Providence into South Station. And
so it's not expensive to live there.
It's much less expensive than in Boston, and
Wow.
It's weirder too. It's just a weird city, and it's pretty cool.
See, when they do catch on, you watch how quickly the city pours money into fixing the place.
Yeah.
Once people want to live there.
Yeah. There's no.
At least that's what happens here.
Sure. There's no real financial incentive for the city to do it right now. However, there is a thriving LGBTQ community in the city, and this is going to sound strange, but in terms of property development, typically when that community sets up in a section, they make it nice.
Imagine that.
Funny that.
Yeah. Not people like me, mind you. I would not be one of the early colonists in the area and make a place nice. I would be more of just a person who just kind of hangs out and never been big into property ownership or doing the things you need to do, like mowing the lawn or crap. I hated doing that.
Do you live in an apartment, Andy?
I do. And I should have been in a fucking apartment when back in the day too. I should never have bought a house.
I used to be like, I can make money at this, cutting grass and fixing that and doing this. Now, as like, it's kind of getting old. Now I'm like, do I really got to do that?
Yeah.
Money's overrated.
Money is overrated. Listen to you. John Hudson did a photo shoot for a Cowboy's 60th birthday on Friday, and I'm still drunk.
I hope you took the photos before you got drunk, John.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, they might be hilarious,
All selfies of John.
Right. And Dr. Mordecai points out you might have had a stroke as against to be a drunk. Yeah.
Mate, John has strokes for breakfast.
That's right. Yeah, I was on Robert Stanley's show while I was hungover on Sunday, So I came home on Sunday, and I was pretty hungover when I was on a panel, so I really didn't have to do anything too much. So that's always good. No, I'm not saying that this no, you know what I'm saying, right? It's different when you're the person and you're the talent, when you're there and you're supposed to like be entertaining. But when you're, there's like 3 or 4 other guys on the show who really want to, who still care about things, younger guys, right? Who care about stuff and feel like they need to promote their material or their shows. It's like, this is what I do. That's basically,
You need some of those eyeball glasses. Just sit there and doze.
right.
I need some of those. I'm here. I'm present. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Right. Oh, wait a minute. So John Hudson says everyone was wearing cowboy hats and boots, and I walk up wearing Roman sandals and beads. You got a brand, John Hudson. You are on brand with that, sir. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I got a little bit of that hippie freak kind of style as well.
I just look like a white guy. I just look like exactly, just a, yeah. I look like this. You may not know that.
I go between a white dad and a 40-year-old who still dresses like he's 18.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll go for I wonder if he's sleeping in a shelter or if he's homeless look too, right? Sometimes that's also one of the looks. I just of the Andy collection, of the Dr. Kennard collection. It's maybe he's out on a day pass.
I am a fan of the all-day pajamas midweek as well.
Yeah.
I'll be on a business call rocking me jammies and me hoodie, me slippers.
Well, that was the most difficult thing about going back to work is putting on pants, right? I mean, that's common. Having to put on pants, that's tough.
So, I've actually been out and about and been mistaken for a 60-year-old homeless man before.
Oh, really? Well, dude, when you get the hair moving, you got a lot of hair, right? Thank you, John Hudson. Yeah, I took I was in one of the more Detroit-y looking areas of Providence, and they have some small bookstores and stuff there. And I don't have the picture to share with you guys right now, but I threw it up on the Laughing in Disbelief blog, the Facebook page and everything. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
So there you go. That's how fucking creepy Google or whoever listens that's listening. Me talking about my hoodie is giving her hoodie ads.
Dude, it's so crazy. Yeah. That is terrifying. It goes the same thing with my girlfriend and I. Like, she'll be looking for something, and then it's like, well, I feel like I'm getting these Facebook ads because of you're looking at Apple. Yeah, because of her. I mean, I don't want to blame. I'm not what her search history. Oh, I have an update. I'm not doing apple picking on Saturday. This coming Saturday, we're doing the Women's March instead. So I feel pretty good about that.
Right on. Go represent.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Jesus is working on me. I hope not.
It's a very not connected leap, isn't it, though, from apple picking to a women's march?
Yeah. Well, she realized that the two activities were going on at the same time. So if the apple picking was earlier than the women's march, then we would be able to do both. But yeah. So
okay.
Sammy is on IG and Jesse Bear. Yeah, I just assume that basically every single platform I'm on, but the thing is, the secret to my thwarting the algorithms is that I'm poor and I don't spend money. So they can send me any fucking ads they want to. But
Don't mean I'm buying it.
Yeah.
And I'm just obstinate by nature, and so if you want me to buy your shit, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll come to you if I want it.
Right. Yeah.
I hate having things put down my throat.
Yeah.
And it seems really wasteful too with some of these companies. Like, I get all kinds of junk mail and stuff. And like a lot of it's even like really nice cards. I can tell it's like been laminated, or they put a whole bunch of money into it. It just seems wasteful. Or like all the phone ads, like getting text messages for this or that. Who's putting all that time into that? Are they really getting any business from it? I mean, it just seems like a waste.
Yeah, well, especially at this time of year here in the States. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country, but we start getting a lot more catalogs. Because because it's getting close to the holidays, and so the mailbox is just filling up with catalogs. Not for me, mind you, because I'm not your traditional catalog shopper. But this has been in every relationship I've been in with a woman, is that it's been advertisers just focus on them to send them catalogs starting this time of year.
Speaking, go on, Grant.
I'm a single guy who, just me, who lives here, and I get catalogs for the person who lived here like 5 years ago before I moved in.
Wow.
I get mail for the person. I've lived in this house for 7 years now, and I still get mail from the person before, and I still put not at this address and send back, but it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
But speaking of advertising, I've shared something, Andy.
All right.
If you
here.
I won't play the whole thing, so tell me when you've had enough.
This is where your ice cream
comes
from.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this video.
Unicorn. Totally clean, totally cool, and soft served straight from a sphincter. They're good at pooping. But you know who sucks at pooping? You do. That's because when you sit on a porcelain throne, this muscle gets a kink in the hose and stops the Ben and Jerry's from sliding out smoothly. Is that a problem? I don't know. Are hemorrhoids a problem? Because sitting at this angle can cause hemorrhoids, bloating, constipation, and a buttload of other crap. And seriously, unicorn hemorrhoids? The glitter gets everywhere.
That's brilliant, Sammy. I saw that video. I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago at this point. Maybe a few years ago. Yeah. But there should be some kind of, I don't know, I don't want to make this too weird, but if you can have one of those, I'm sure people would buy it.
They're real.
Oh, you can actually buy one of those things?
Yeah, that's a legitimate company.
No, you fucking see. Every single time we have this conversation, you are
Andy
right.
Look it up.
So wait a minute.
I watched the
they just put out an angle?
on the lady. So a son actually come up with it for his mum. And I don't have a squatty potty, but I will go out here right now and I will say I use a footstool, and I have the best shits of any of you, I guarantee.
Wait a minute. What makes it better? I didn't pick it up on that.
So just picture how the Eastern world shit, the Asian world, right?
Are we talking about
they squat in a hole.
Right.
That is our natural position for defecating. We sit on a seat that actually kinks the tube that needs to be opened for it to come out. So that's why we have to push and squeeze, and we often can't get it all out, as the bloke was saying. Whereas if you bring your knees up towards you on the toilet, it puts you in more of a squat. And as soon as you lift your knees up, you'll just, wow. You'll think, why have I not done this my entire life?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put it to the test.
So you're saying that we should all have like a toilet ottoman of some kind?
Yep, just a little footstool, maybe 1 foot.
All right.
1 to 2 feet high.
I can do that.
Bring those knees up.
Okay.
And you will thank me.
Okay. I will say that I do not see any unicorn making ice cream soft serve device.
The squatty potty.
There might be a squatty potty, sure, but I don't see any unicorn making ice cream device.
Man.
Oh, is that what you wanted to be real?
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, Sam, you have such a good track record on proving me wrong. It's like, oh man, you might just be pulling my leg, or it might be a real thing.
Oh, so actually, Andy, technically, you are wrong. It is a thing. As I was saying, I actually watched the documentary on the making of that ad.
Right.
And they had that unicorn is dispensing ice cream.
Is it? That is real ice cream. That's not CGI.
That is real ice cream coming out of an actual robotic. He's a little robotic thing.
Right. So it's obvious that that it must be a regular ice cream maker, and they slip the unicorn.
Him over it, I imagine. Yeah. So the top half of him was hand puppet. The face was remote control, and the back end was robotic.
I don't think that's economically I don't think you can scale that up for like general use.
It doesn't need to be large. I mean, he was doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. So I'll have
at the end of that ad, there's like 10 kids all eating ice creams.
What's up, Randolph Richardson? You came at just the right time. We just had an important conversation about poo, and about how everyone needs to have a little poo footstool by the crapper. And
and get those knees up.
And unicorns and pooing ice cream. That's what you've missed so far.
Oh. See, I'm one of those people that bypasses the cone and just goes underneath.
Oh, that's good. That's
straight in the mouth.
Wheezing the juice.
Well, there's less waste that way, right? There's less waste. You just don't have to use the cone. I think the cone is just a middleman anyway for the ice cream that I do not prefer. Though I will say we were at every year. I don't know. Have I talked about this? Have I talked about Fluff Fest?
Yeah, no.
What fest?
Fluff, not like a fluffer, but like as in a peanut butter and fluff sandwich. That kind of fluff. Like a marshmallow fluff. So
okay.
So marshmallow fluff was invented It was invented in this city, supposedly, in Somerville, Massachusetts. And for the last 16 years, they've been doing Fluff Fest down the street from us. And I went to get an ice cream in a cone down the street.
Oh, America! What is wrong with you? You made marshmallows into a spread?
Into a spread, yeah. You don't know that?
It sounds amazing, but
yeah, you get yourself you get a slice of Wonder Bread, good old fashioned white bread. You slap some peanut butter on one piece. You get another piece of bread, and you slap some fluffernutter on the other one. You put them together, and you get yourself a fluffernutter sandwich.
Fluffernutter.
Yeah, well, peanut butter and fluff, of course, right?
Yeah, it's a New England thing.
Right.
I've done the s'more, you know, but hey, marshmallow and peanut butter. I don't see why those two shouldn't go together.
So
Man, it's amazing how many things go with peanut butter.
you made that sound raunchy, Sammy. So yeah.
I must recommend, before we change the subject.
Oh, I was still on the fluffer.
Oh,
the fluffer
okay.
nutter.
Yep.
So I got an ice cream cone with some peanut butter ice cream on it, and in the ice cream cone itself, they put some fluff. And
Inside the cone.
Inside the cone. So I ate through, all this ice cream in the cone part, and then towards the bottom, there was nothing but fluff and cone. It's pretty magic.
Yeah, my favorite sandwich with peanut butter is peanut butter, banana, and honey.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I like baking those. Yeah, I do that right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say peanut butter and honey, Dr. Tom. If you haven't tried it, it's phenomenal, really.
I haven't stuck anything inside of a cone and then put ice cream on top of it that. That just opened some new.
You haven't, Tobin?
Well. I haven't. We've just put ice cream in it, and get after it. But that sounds good.
You got to do layers. It's like a little bit of ice cream on the very bottom, then big. I like to put Milo. I don't know if you have. I don't think you have Milo. It's like a malt powder that you make into a milk drink.
Okay. I'm trying to stay with you, Sammy.
It's yummy.
Okay.
It probably doesn't sound yummy.
Oh, I love malt.
Like that.
Well, let me tell you about the genius of the fluff too. Is that the fluff doesn't melt because it's marshmallow, so it actually creates this kind of barrier at the bottom of the cone between the ice cream melting from it, like leaking out the ass end of it. So it's like a stop. See?
And it's got functionality as well.
Functionality, right.
Whenever things are useful, that's whenever I really like them. I'm like, oh, that's helping me.
Yeah. Well, people just tuning in right now could think that we're just talking about what we eat when we're baked. No. The girlfriend, actually, while I was having my ice cream cone, I think she had some kind of maple and sea salt ice cream flavor or something like that. I took a little bite of it. It was okay.
I'm a sucker for boysenberry.
No, really? Yeah. Cryptomaria says, I like the pecan ice cream too. I don't think I know the WT, but I don't what the something fuck, I believe. I don't know what the A and D means.
A is often actual, so what the actual fuck, but I don't know what the D is.
Yeah. Neither do I. I'm sure we'll be told shortly by Dr. Osiris. Yep, so that so that's all I had to say about the Fluffernutter cone. Definitely worth trying.
Heck yeah.
If you're looking to double down on your pre-diabetics and pre-diabetes.
And I guess there's no Aussies in the chat, but peanut butter and Vegemite is another favorite.
I still never had Vegemite, and I think I'm still.
Can I send you a jar, Andy?
If you want to, yeah.
It won't go off. That shit can live in your pantry for the next 5 years. You should be good.
Okay.
And it would take you that long to eat it if you ate it at all. I at least want you to try it.
I don't know if the girlfriend is in the chat. I don't see her. I think she's like working, but she might have had it. I don't know. Jesse Bear said Vegemite is gross. That's what I've heard, Jesse Bear, too.
No, see, don't go into it with that attitude, Andy. If you expect it to be gross, it's
So-
gonna be.
So tell me,
It's like a belief in God. You have to believe it first before you believe it.
Have faith, Andy.
so can you describe the flavor of Vegemite?
Um, do you, so it's bitter. It is salty.
Okay.
And it's very hard to compare it to much at all.
What color is it, Sammy?
Black.
It's black.
It's black. It looks like almost no, not even molasses. It's not that runny. It looks like grease, black grease.
Black grease.
That's the
Sounds
sort of
more like a
consistency
seasoning,
to it.
something you'd put on top of stuff.
Well, it is often used in cooking and all sorts of things. People used to mix hot water with it and called it poor man's broth. But I know I wondered why the hell we eat it and why we give it to her. My 6-month-old baby, first thing she ever ate was Vegemite toast. I'm not kidding. It's her favorite food still. And I read the ingredients and I realized the reason we give it to our kids, and we've done so since the 60s, is there's no fat, no sugar, and just all vitamins and minerals, all B vitamins and vitamin D. It's just fantastic. Fantastically healthy stuff with no real bad side effects to it other than the taste. Which is amazing.
Besides that, it tastes like ass. It's fantastic. It doesn't even sound like you can fry it. At least with haggis, you can fry it.
I don't know. Like, so here, for example, do you like vinegar?
Not particularly, no.
So you don't like salad dressings? You don't like that sort of... You don't like pickles?
Oh, I like pickles, yeah.
So you like pickles but not vinegar. Okay. So you don't...
See, now you're making me feel like I'm an idiot because for some reason I don't know
pickles but
unicorn
not
ice
vinegar.
cream being a
You
real
know,
thing.
I'm not going to drink vinegar or do anything specifically vinegar other than cleaning something with it. But I definitely get after
so you
some
don't
pickle.
like vinegar. You don't like vinegar flavor either.
I like it in
on
my dressing
salad
stuff. I will, yeah. I will take it in my dressing, yeah.
Well, it's like that. It's not... Vegemite's not something you would go and scoop with a spoon and eat like that. But you eat it on something. It's all about what it's with. So ideally, shite loads of butter. Like, I'm talking overdo the butter. What would normally make you sick. You then put Vegemite on it and heaven. It just balances out.
That sounds like it counteracts the healthy aspect that you were describing earlier.
Fuck the healthy. Those kids didn't get butter. They had dry bread, mate. I'm not doing it for the health reasons.
Nice.
And the amount too. Like, there are people who literally just touch the bread so that it gets a color on it.
I'll tell you
and
this.
And then
one.
me, it's half a jar.
You send me a jar of Vegemite, and I will eat it. I'll do a video of me, at least, eating it. and or at least not eating the whole jar, of course, but at least trying it out and making a good faith effort of liking
Yep.
it.
Just some of your favorite bread, big thick slice of bread, your favorite butter or margarine or whatever you use, and just go easy for your first try of the Vegemite.
Man, I bet what how does it go with cheese? Like eating some
Oh,
crackers,
amazing,
cheese, and like
amazing, Tobin, you are the man. I don't believe I can't believe I forgot that. Cheese and Vegemite is a staple in Australia. Like we Smith's Crisp bring out bizarre flavors and shit all the time that no one buys. Well, here it's cheese and Vegemite. Like, yeah, do it, Andy. Like the butter, the cheese mellows out the Vegemite a little.
Right.
Um,
I am somewhat skeptical about eating something that I have to cut down, cut down a quarter.
no, I'm just trying to like introduce you gently.
Right, right. Well, I do feel like I'm in middle school and a drug dealer is trying to get me to, I'll send you something, and this is the way that you do it. The first time is going to be difficult, but you'll grow to like it.
Oh my god.
Everyone's
It
doing
sounds
it
like
today.
it sounds like training someone to eat, or training someone to drink coffee by putting a lot of milk and sugar into it.
Exactly. Giving him a mocha, something.
Yeah.
Where see, and it does grow on you. Like I can eat the shit on a spoon now, and
So you
I
can just
enjoy
eat
it.
it by the spoonful, Sam.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A type of sandwich that I like eating that some people are grossed out by is a spam and cheese sandwich.
No, spam is great. Yeah, especially when you fry it up. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
The girlfriend and I, this is before we became vegetarian, of course, we actually made deep fried spam tots. And right. And so what we did was that we put we made these cubes of spam, and then we hollowed out the middle part and put in some cheese, and then we battered it, and then threw it in the fryer, threw it in a pan full of oil, and yeah, it was the first bite was great, I have to tell you, but everything after that, it was horrible, so horrible.
the joys of making foods, frying stuff up, seeing what you can fry up. I've tried some things and had some horrible experiments go wrong. Just like
Well, we made the girlfriend and I. We made Krabby Patties from SpongeBob.
right
And
on.
we did a double.
But what's the secret ingredient?
It's really just like I don't know, a mixture of Russian dressing and mayonnaise. Basically simple stuff, man. It's just simple. I actually have a video of it kicking around somewhere on this channel. The double. So we did, and actually, what you're supposed to do is that not only are the patties deep fried, but the entire burger itself is fried. So that means yeah, dude. It's exactly that look, Sam. What you just did right there. So we made one double burger, battered, threw it in the fryer.
Meat?
What's that?
Meat?
Meat.
Meat
Yeah.
patty?
Meat. Yeah, it was like meat patties.
I thought you were vegetarian.
This is before the vegetarianism. We've
Oh.
only been vegetarians for a little bit over a year. So before we became vegetarians, we did horrible things, like spam tots, deep fried
Like
spam
eat
tots,
meat.
like eat meat. I'm not here
Thanks,
to meat
Andy.
shame people. I'm not here to meat shame, but so we deep fried. It was, of course, my kid was there too. My daughter was there. Yeah, she was really into this whole SpongeBob exploration of the double deep fried Krabby Patty, and we could only eat a quarter of it. It was so heavy. It was so heavy. We could only eat a quarter each, And we got the recipe actually from another YouTube channel called Cooking with Babouche, which is a hilarious channel where he just cooks up, stuff from TV or from film, like Krabby Patties, for an example. So yeah, it was pretty brutal.
So
Heck yeah. That
you dip the buns in oil?
You batter them first, and then you threw it in oil. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a sandwich called the Monte Cristo that is pretty popular down here. It's a fried sandwich.
Yeah, I did. I've had
So
that
I
before.
know why heart disease is the main killer in the States, but I wonder why it is around the whole world. It's probably just the developed world picks up the slack for the
Yeah.
developing nations.
Yeah, I would say probably our shit diet of the developed world. Refined foods, high saturated fat. Doing things like frying foods. Yeah, yeah.
You mean double frying, like frying fried food and shit?
Right. Yeah.
It's
It is
like,
fun to do.
this
though.
shit ain't fried enough.
One of the I've deep fried a turkey before for Thanksgiving, and that if I was still eating meat, I would be doing that. To tell you the truth, that is.
It does come out like more succulent and less dried out. Like
Yeah.
I've had some oven baked turkeys that are like just like sticking your teeth in the roof of your mouth. Yeah.
Turn to powder. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Need more gravy. Where's the gravy?
Yep.
And you have to remember, you have to die of something eventually.
I love that reasoning.
Yep.
Yeah.
We probably use that a little bit too much in our lives, really, don't we? I know I do anyway, and always have. Gotta die something. Gotta die something.
It's, but you don't have to suffer. I don't think. I think it's not the dying that really bothers me.
That's right.
It's the long decades
suffering.
of suffering.
Yep. Give me the Widowmaker any day. Just get it over and done with,
Well, a friend of mine who's Dennis, Dead Air Dennis, he's been on the channel a couple of times. He talked about his heart attacks, plural, and one of them was a Widowmaker. Like he had like 85, or I forget the proper percentage of this artery just clogged up. And he had been having trouble all through, I think it was like Christmas weekend, actually. Maybe it was Thanksgiving. And then he decided to walk down to the hospital because it was within walking distance. And that's what you do when you think you're having a heart attack. And they're like, yeah, dude, you have like this whole thing here. It's mostly clogged up with cholesterol. And the thing is, it's like, his diet wasn't great or anything, but it was a family thing, right? So some people are just genetically predisposed as having really high cholesterol.
Yep. Which reminds me, my cholesterol tablets ran out. I've been naughty.
Oh no!
Haven't got them refilled.
Do you have a family history of cholesterol issues?
Not that I know of. My dad never went to a doctor my whole life anyway. And mum didn't. But my younger sister has drastically high cholesterol.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
You know what I've heard?
And she doesn't eat unhealthy at all.
You know what I've heard is really good for it? Vegemite.
What's it? True story?
Oh, not true.
Well, then I'm right, mate. I'm set. If vitamin B is good for your heart, then I'm set.
Yeah, it sounds like Vegemite the most the thing that it's going to attack your taste buds and not your health. It sounds like.
Yeah. Well, again, it depends. I mean, Britain don't mind. They have Marmite,
Yeah.
which is very similar. And if you know what that is, then you basically know Vegemite is just Marmite's for pussies.
Oh, really?
Vegemite. Vegemite's for real people.
You know, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, but it seems like Vegemite seems to be something that you would eat on a ship going around the world during the age of sail when there's nothing else to eat. Like the
Yeah.
stuff at the bottom of the barrel, and you're like, what is it? I don't know, but we're going to try it.
Well, I think that's how it was I'm going to say discovered rather than invented.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Vegemite was discovered. It's the leftovers from making beer back in the day.
Right.
So if that explains it, like
Sure. Yeah. 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 It's the stuff in the bottom of,
Um,
literally at the bottom of the barrel.
yeah.
Oh man, you just ruined it for me now. Oh,
I know,
shit.
right?
Everything
I was
else we
waiting
talked
for
about didn't ruin it. That was the thing. That was where you
No.
draw the line.
Tobin. That's
Bitter
how.
and
That's the
salty. I can
original.
work with bitter and salty, but
Wait, that's the original. It's nothing like that now. The shit's made in factories, and it's a yeast extract or something to that effect.
So I got to ask you, 420.
Yeah.
Is there organic Vegemite?
As opposed to
I-
inorganic Vegemite?
Well, I
Like-
don't think you can get much more organic than Vegemite. Let me go
You
get
would
a
think.
jar.
You would think, but yeah, I was just curious if there's like certified organic Vegemite versus factory farmed Vegemite. So you doing anything exciting over the weekend, Tobin?
man, I'm into making music right now. I am re-recording those songs that I put out here recently,
Yeah.
and we're getting them re-recorded, and that's like one of my main focuses right now. And other than taking care of my other responsibilities, but that's where a lot of my time is going into right now. I want to share with y'all my style of drumming. Like I hit the drums. I hit the drums. I can play with the drums. Like I enjoy playing the drums, and I am looking forward to sharing with y'all what I can do with that
And
instrument.
I am looking forward to seeing it.
You know, it'll be sponsored by a little jar of Vegemite. That'll be. Oh,
Not
there
a
it is.
sponsor.
A sponsor.
This is cage raised, I'm afraid.
Cage raised.
Yeah, not even farm. So yeah, no fat, no sugar. It has dietary fiber, sodium thiamine, which is B1, riboflavin, which is B2, niacin, which is B3, and folate, which is B9. That's the ingredients. Concentrated yeast extract. Yeast extract from yeast grown on barley and wheat. Salt, mineral salt, malt extract from barley. Contains barley and wheat, suitable for vegetarians. You know when you don't need to keep something in a fridge. Store in a dry, cool place.
It sounds like you can store it anywhere,
Yeah.
pretty much. Oh, but here's the question, Sammy. If I freeze it, will it ruin it? Will it ruin the taste?
Wow, I can't even fathom what Vegemite would do in the freezer.
Vegemite sickle. Woo!
Vegemite
Yeah.
pickle. That's an abomination.
I think you're onto something, Andy. But to show you, like,
Oh, dude, that looks like you just. I'm not going to say what it looks like because everyone knows what it looks like.
It kind of looks like some creamy chocolate.
Okay, we'll go with that. Your analysis was far better than mine. So then,
but Ray,
you know, this is the thing. This is what I think. This is harm reduction right here. Sammy, congratulations on getting out of the cult. It's the worst thing that you're doing right now is eating Vegemite out of the container. If that's the extent of your cultish behavior, that's great. Fantastic. Totally support it.
You've really, you all really need to. If you don't like it, you've got to keep trying it.
Are you getting paid by Big Vegemite to push the product?
I'm hoping someone's watching.
So that you can become the spokesperson for Big Vegemite.
I would, but it's they're actually a sad story. One of our great Australian companies that got bought out by multinational big names, Kraft.
Okay.
I don't know. Kraft. Kraft.
Yeah, we have Kraft products over
Yeah,
here.
They bought everything.
Yeah.
They come over here and bought our Vegemite, our mayonnaise. We had a mayonnaise called Praise Mayonnaise.
You know, if you need another reason to hate the New England Patriots, it's like, you know, Robert Kraft owns of Kraft. He owns the Patriots.
Right. Well, I didn't hate the Patriots because I don't give a fuck about sports, but now I do.
That's what we do.
Now I hate the Patriots.
This is what we do.
Damn
We bring
Patriots.
people together. All right, I'm going to have to start wrapping up the show and get ready for it. Thanks, guys, for coming on. I've discovered so many things about Vegemite that I hope I'll be able to sleep well tonight. I don't know.
And
we got all kinds of good stuff. You know, ice cream cone filled insides and a new way to poop. Oh my goodness.
And when we go offline, guys, I'll tell you about the sex stuff.
Thank you, chat, for showing up. Watchers, observers, lurkers. I'll see you tomorrow. Same crazy thing.
Boyers.
Shamala hamala.
Shamala hamala.
Shamala hamala.